Good afternoon, everybody who joining us in our live session today. Today we have our special guest, Elena Sinelnik- Sinelnikova. Sorry for my pronunciation. Elena is co-founder at Metis Foundation, founder of CryptoChicks, and really experienced speaker and top woman in blockchain in Canada. I'm so excited to learn more about you and hear your journey as well. Could you please tell us a little bit more about your journey, how everything is started for you, and how you get into the blockchain space?
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. And yes, it is a pleasure being here. The only thing I'm concerned right now, can you see me well? Because I don't know if it's
A
my
little bit darky,
a little bit
honestly.
dark. Yeah, that's what I cannot make it lighter, but I'm trying to. Yeah. Okay.
Let me try to figure it
Yeah.
out as well.
Okay. So, okay. Hopefully, guys, you can still see me.
Oh, I think it's
Okay. If not, you can correct the brightness of your screen. So not a
yeah.
problem. Anyways, thank you so much for having me.
Mhm.
Yes, I've been in blockchain space that since 2016, I think, even 2015. First, I learned about blockchain when Ethereum came up,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was in 2014. I started getting a little bit interested, but not that I completely understood what it is. It's started when I actually was not very happy with my high paid government job. I actually worked at the police at that moment and developing the systems in the police cars all across the Canada. They still on, and the police information check systems as well. Uh,
Oh, this
so
is
that was it was very interesting job. I was doing it for 15 years, and 20 years prior I was doing job with the government as well.
yeah.
um, the only thing that I had problem with is kind of haven't achieved everything that I wanted. Basically, that's what I did, and that's meant to me is that the end of my life. So I haven't I was having kind of like probably like a midlife crisis at that moment,
I
and
see.
blockchain was my way out because I
Second brief.
literally, yes, I discovered the technology that can really build a democracy that everybody's talking about, but
Yeah.
nobody's seen yet. And that technology is actually very democratic,
Yeah.
can be very decentralized, and the one that can actually stop the wars. And that's why I am here. And that's what my talk at the Web3 EFT event
Yeah.
on this Saturday is about that, about the world peace. Why
Oh,
decentralized systems?
oh, I
Yeah.
see.
And I
I
can explain a little bit more how I started. In the
yeah.
blockchain space, I started as the founder of nonprofit CryptoChicks,
Yeah.
an educational nonprofit for women. And that's where I kind of like, this is the beginning of my point. Even then, before that, I developed some courses for Web2 developers on
Oh,
how to transfer to Web3, how to transfer their skills on Web3, how to start developing on Web3, and that was back in 2016. And this course is still, I think, up on the BlogGeeks portal. Yes, and CryptoChicks was my result of me going to different meetups in Toronto and seeing that there are no women there. I was the only woman. And therefore, I said like, well,
really?
first thing I'm gonna do, I will bring women. So I called up my friend Natalia, who actually
Yeah.
introduced me to Ethereum in the first place, and we
Yeah.
started this nonprofit Crypto Chicks together. And it became very at the moment, trendy and popular. And we
Yeah.
had an event, and it was like lots of women turned up on the event from all over the country. So that's how we started in the
Yeah.
blockchain.
And now CryptoChicks has become like an international group, right? I saw you have a lot of members
That's
and you
that's
participate
correct. Yes.
in
Yes.
many places. Like, many events or projects. That's really exciting, like what you have done through this time, almost a decade, right? It's already running it. Do you still providing the courses for the crypto chicks
Yes, we
courses?
do. Actually, let me just. It's bothering me that you don't
Oh,
see me.
now it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just probably I'm going to. Okay, this way is better. All right.
Hi.
Yes,
Yes.
we still have the portal. We still have CryptoChicksAcademy.com. So if you go
Yes.
there, we have like for minimal cost that allow us actually to pay for our staff. For
Yeah.
minimal cost, you can purchase a subscription. So it's $8 a month. So it's kind of nothing for the courses that we developed, and we continue developing the courses as well. And so CryptoChicksAcademy.com. And we
Yeah.
also have we had a portal CryptoChicksHatchery.com, which is still up, and that was an incubator. So we incubated several projects, but one project that we incubated actually I'm now working in, and that's Metis, and that's the platform or community and ecosystem I will be also talking about in my speech on Saturday. A little
Yeah.
bit, touching a little bit, yes, which now is growing even more. So Metis Foundation become itself a group
Yeah.
of portfolio companies, which is growing different technologies. One of them is Metis Layer 2. We also have ZKM, which is general purpose ZKVM solution that
Yeah.
is actually applicable for creating proofs and creating um, entangled rollups. So this is a very new technology that allow us to transfer funds from chain to chain without the bridges.
So you kind of making like full scale supporting women's in tech, like from learning to investment, right? In
Yes, we used to support in investment and women as well. Now we're
yeah.
supporting uh, everyone, not only women, but Crypto Chicks is still very much focusing on the women's education, focusing on the women's career development, and on the kids as well. So last 2 years, we're executing Canadian grant in public schools in Canada. So we were
Yeah.
teaching kids blockchain
Oh, that's so nice.
and entrepreneurship as well, because blockchain comes together with entrepreneurship hand to hand, because it's still not a mainstream kind of industry, and it's still lots of startups are there. So you need to be very educated on how to bootstrap your own business in order to have a successful project in the blockchain.
Yeah, honestly, from my opinion, all the blockchain space it's stand on your kind of people who like supporting it, scaling it to kids, to everyone. And I'm really proud that I have a chance to speaking with you now as well. And uh, do you have some? Can you please share some of your excited projects which started from the crypto chicks on or metis, which is
Mhm.
like you think has a great idea and great future?
All right. Yes. Of course. So yes, of course, the um, Metis, as I said, Metis was incubated by CryptoChicks, and that was very much starting point of where we started developing other portfolio companies as well. So ZKM, as I said, so this project is now also making milestone, and actually they
Yeah.
have a major announcement I think going out tomorrow. So watch out, uh, the ZKM Twitter. Yes, and Metisel 2, which is one of the product of the Metis Foundation, Chorus, which also going to be making announcements, and right now we're going to be probably it's going to be paired up with Gitcoin. So right now we're working on that. Um, Chorus is the micro influence platform where you actually can get paid for your content right away by just tweeting. If you just make a tweet, you get paid on the blockchain just for your tweet. if this tweet, of course, is related to one of the bounties that given on course. So this is that's the micro influencing platform that helps the influencer marketing.
Oh, that's really nice. And it's
Yeah.
already live. People can join it already.
Yes. So right now, I'm not sure if there are any existing bounties in there, but by Saturday it will be. So yeah,
Yeah.
by Saturday you can join chorus.io and start streaming, start basically earning money from the stream. So the new bounty will be created by Saturday in there, and we will have more bounties coming in because there's like the whole pipeline that is coming in like very soon for chorus.
Oh, that's really nice, and it's really. I'm pretty sure that this can be really helpful for a lot of influencers because there
Mhm.
is a lot of compliance of the social medias and of those paying uh, channels. It's like a lot of trouble in this sector, and if you can resolving it, that's gonna be really nice. So
Exactly. Yeah, and that's going to be like right now it's still so you have to go through the kind of like general like this the decentralized resource to create the bounty,
yeah.
but this platform is become will become completely decentralized when anyone can create a bounty and anyone can pick up the bounty and tweet and earn. So that's the idea of this platform.
Yeah, that was my second question actually. Like, if any company can creating bounty there and how
Mhm.
it's happening.
Right now still you can go to chorus.io. There are ways to communicate and to create a bounty through the centralized way,
Yeah.
but yes, so the chorus developing further, and this feature is going to be decentralized, so anyone can come and create a bounty on chorus.
All right.
So yeah, so
And
chorus.io, KORIS.io. If you're interested, you can go there and check
yeah,
it out.
we will share the link in
Hmm.
our comments as well.
Oh, amazing.
And yeah, can you please share us like what's inspired you to co-founding Metis Foundation and how it started? Like you said, it was um, uh, combined from the CryptoChicks, but can you just unlock it a little bit more for our audience?
Yes.
Is it happening?
When we started our incubator in CryptoChicks, we were having lots of events, and, just to go to the community and highlight our incubation opportunities. And at this event, I met Kevin Liu and Yuan Su, who actually at the moment we're working on a different project, and together, they decided to that was Kevin's idea to start this project where um, it would be decentralized platform for businesses. So basically, it's covering the need, and this need is right now is very kind of obvious because lots of businesses has been misplaced, by wars. Lots of people has been misplaced by wars that going on in the world, and physically sometimes they cannot work. So that
Yeah,
platform would give them place to work and place to run business, completely like remotely in the metaverse, per se.
yeah,
Yes, and so that was the idea, to create such just such a metaverse, such a space for businesses to
yeah,
be able to perform their business in a decentralized environment. And decentralization is a key, because in case of any central party controlling the network, this central party can be affected, influenced, prohibited, and that is kind of kills the whole idea. And
yeah,
decentralization is a central part of that. I know there's lots of focus on the decentralization in the blockchain space, and this is great, and that's why blockchain space exists. Though many people probably sometimes misunderstand. So this subject is also the most misunderstood too.
yeah,
For me, the right decentralization is in different parts. For me, what
yeah,
decentralization is the control and also the uptime. So if your
yeah,
network can be up 100% of the time, and there's no single party that controls this network, then it is a decentralization. So that's, so nobody can influence, nobody can bribe, nobody can prohibit, nobody can do anything with the network. But at the same time, of course, with all, we need to be very mindful, to have this network very transparent.
Yeah.
So because we saw that there are, cases with, for example, Tornado Cash, when the tool created just for, let's say, for one group of people who wants to, conceal their transactions. So this is
Yeah.
not fair, right? So it has to be for both sides. So it has to be
Yeah.
uh, transparent. So then privacy and transparency have to be supported equally on this, on the platforms like this. So that's my vision.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And as I know, you started your career as the developer by yourself, engineer,
Yeah, yeah.
and
I like a developer. I'm developer by the education. Oh,
yeah,
sorry. Please finish your question, because I
yeah.
already popped in
Do
and
you
say hi.
develop? Do you still interested in development? Do you still coding by yourself, or you analyzing in the like technical part of the projects?
Mhm. I spend, I think about like close to 25 years of my life just coding. So that's what I
Yeah.
was doing before, and I loved it. So this is something that I very much love to do.
Yeah.
Um, and if I had to do it again, it would be awesome and great. So I can do it for sure.
Yeah.
Um, I just saw that I can, be more of an impact on a different area in my, in a different stage of life right now. So yes, I'm a developer. I can read the code pretty much anything. I can understand, and I can develop the code, of course.
Yeah.
Do I do it on my day-to-day job? Sometimes I do need to read the code. Yes, sometimes I read the papers when there is, code snippets and I need to
Yeah.
understand it. Do I program myself? Actually, sometime for CryptoChicks, I had to, for CryptoChicks
Yeah.
website. Yes, I had to do that too.
Oh, I see.
But not on a daily basis. My daily kind of like day-to-day duties are not involve coding. Mm,
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Unfortunately, because I love it, though I can be useful on many other areas right now.
So, what can you suggest for our audience who wish to start coding, developing by themselves, some startup? Where from to start for them? What to learn the best for now for them to be success in the future?
Oh, well, if I was a developer right now, I would tell you what, right now, how before, when I learned, of course, I learned a lot when I was in school. I finished university. I studied in Moscow,
Yeah.
and I learned a lot from there. And then I just, I bought lots of books. By that time, there was no internet. So just disclaimer: when I was educating myself, there was no internet, and I educated myself just from the books. And that's where I learned all the, coding techniques, what, the patterns, and you know, different architectures. uh, right now, mm, you
No,
just have
let's say
to
if
start with
some
Google. I
startup
would
wanna
say.
be successful in Metis DAO and wanna join
Oh,
it,
okay. So yeah, so we
like
have a developer documentation.
what they have to focusing on and how they can doing it. Like,
Gotcha.
do they
Okay.
have to contact somebody from the Metis team, or they can just like go to the website and trying to make viral those startup there, or how does it work for them?
Yeah, it's in Metis.io website, Metis.io, we have the developer documentation. So you can
Yeah,
actually take the developer route. So you will find the menu item for the developers, and you can find the developer documentation. You will find how to integrate into Metis network. You will know how to create your smart contract. Metis is completely EVM equivalent. So, like, I mean, all familiar coding. If you're already blockchain developer, if you are Web2 developer, of
yeah,
course, you will need to probably know, mm, at least Solidity first. Solidity is kind of like form of the JavaScript. Yes, if you know JavaScript, you're good. So you can transfer your knowledge pretty well. Though there are lots of architectural mm, details that you need to understand, because smart contracts are the pieces of code that are located um, on a blockchain, and that's going to be your client and server side at the same time. So you have to do a little bit more reading around that on how actually it works. And of course, the it's very important to do your smart contract audit, because any small bug can result in a big, huge loss
Yeah,
of the.
that's true. So basically, the Metis DAO it's working fully automatically. Anyone can integrating. Just go
Yes,
to the website, learn it, and start building to get the support. They don't have to contacting anyone. Just like
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. You can integrate. What support we have? We have also the community portal, so community ecosystem governance. So if you would like to already, if you would like to uh, tell everyone in the Metis ecosystem that you are the new DApp or you are the new application that deployed, community ecosystem governance is the one to go through. And again, on the metis.io, there is a link there to the community ecosystem governance, or CEG. So you can go there and you can um, fill the proposal and tell us all about the project, and you actually will be voted in by the community. So it's going to be your kind of first marketing take on the ecosystem, and after that we can help you to market your project to the entire ecosystem.
oh, that's really nice. And can you please share a little bit more of your experience of your biggest failure in the market and what the lesson that you learned from it?
Biggest failure. Okay, so I all the failures can be considered as a lessons, and therefore
Yeah,
turned into the the biggest successes. So
yeah.
this is, yeah, so it's all sides of
That
the
was the
same
next
coin.
question. Or
Yes, for me it was like probably I think like the first crypto winter that I experienced in the
yeah,
2018. That's what probably for me was the big hit, because I just didn't
next,
experience it. And
yeah,
I basically I tried to be a trader for, I don't know, a couple of days, when I understood that you know I'm not a good trader. After losing lots of funds, I understood that's not for me. And I tried to be a long-term holder, but crypto winter probably hit me hard, and I was for kind of like, in my mind, I was forced to sell all my assets and everything. And you can consider it's a big loss, but
yeah,
oh well,
yeah.
it's just the
It's
money.
the
My
lesson.
money is, yes, money is something, just a kind of like a resource. It's unlimited in the world.
Yeah,
What
I
is
think
the
it's
most valuable resource? Yeah, it's time, right? So like, I mean,
yeah,
it's yes, yes. So I think that's, I'm very careful with this resource of where I spend my time to. Uh, I am spending my time on the Metis project that I believe in deeply. I'm spending my time on the CryptoChicks projects that I believe in deeply. So it's no problem with that. And yeah, but for the crypto, it is a place you can gain money. It is a place you can lose money. I lost money before, lots of money,
yeah.
but it's uh,
That's a
Oh,
lesson.
not,
Nothing
yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah.
regretted.
Yes, and there was a one case when actually the loss of the private key, even though we teach in all the time, so the private key you have to store it. And I stored actually the private key in one of the password managers, and they managed to lose it. So
Oh,
that's
really?
it got lost from there. So yes, and lots of money was lost too, and they couldn't recover it. So just be aware that anywhere
That's
you can store,
interesting.
you can lose. Even in the most secure password manager, you can
Yeah.
lose it. You can lose it. Yes. So be careful.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
So
So
like, if you consider
that's a
that
better
a
community
failure,
for yourself, the private keys.
yeah, exactly. If you consider that a failure, that was probably my biggest failure. Losing private key to the password manager. Yeah, but I don't still consider even this as a failure, because I learned my lesson. I don't store my
Yeah.
keys in a password manager anymore. So
Yeah, I
that's
think the dynamic landscape in the blockchain space it's like main difference for cryptocurrencies and all the other markets. and
Mhm.
everybody don't releasing the winter, the summertime in the crypto space. But yeah, I think most of the crypto fans has passed this period and releasing some lessons from it. But about the private keys, honestly, for me, it's surpriseful. For myself, I'm trying to keep the private keys by my own, but yeah, of
Oh,
course,
and
like
where do you keep that? I'm
uh,
just kidding. I'm just
mostly.
kidding. You don't need to tell me.
No, anyway, like for the security reason, like mostly I'm writing it down somewhere and keep it in some safe place where I will not forget where it's placed it, and in that way, like, but for the I were thinking about the password managing apps as well, but never I never thought that they could losing it or
Yeah,
something like that. It's gonna could happen.
they
Oh,
can
that's
and they
surprising.
did. Yeah, I'm purposely I don't tell you the exact password manager name because I don't know if you know. It just like
To drop
password
that
managers
invitation.
period, so probably not good idea to store keys either in there.
All right. So, and can you please tell us your most favorite time in the space? What's like was your best time when you were like super excited, good news as to you comes, and what it
Hmm.
was and how it happened?
Okay, look, I'm probably not very good with the most favorite thing because right now is my most favorite time because we're very inspired. We have a new direction of where Metis ecosystem is going, and we have new strategies that are developing that is going to be, I'm pretty sure, very successful. So that's right now is my favorite time when we're standing at kind of another beginning.
Yeah.
One of my favorite times probably was when I first uh, we we all together created a CryptoChicks hackathon and conference and back in 2019 first time, and it was very kind of for me it was a groundbreaking experience because that was my first time starting business, and I didn't even mean to start business at that time. I actually we needed to register company because we rented a big space,
Yeah.
and yeah, we needed a company to actually sign the contract on that space. And then we got huge bill of 30K, I remember back then, which we didn't have. And we had to raise this money, and we raised so much more just being on the phone and
Oh,
asking the companies to sponsor us. Yes, and
yeah.
we got big sponsors without anyone knowing about us, and we got 170 women that came from all over the world. That's also our team um,
They were
result.
coding there like for the hackathon.
Sorry, say it again.
So you said you collected like 170 women. They were
Women
coding like for the
coding,
hackathon.
yes, yeah, they were hackers, they were coding, yes, yes.
Oh,
170,
oh, that's
yes.
insane.
Yeah, again, when we were starting and we were calling, and remember we called the TD bank, and
Yeah.
they told us, oh, this is a lost cause, you will not find any women developers because in the TD bank we only have one that is blockchain coding, so you no way you can find anyone. I said, like, well, let's see about that. We found 170 at that time, actually. Yeah. And they all came, people with women flying from from China, from Russia, from Ukraine, from Latin America, so like from all over the world. So the women flew in for our hackathon. So
Oh,
that,
that's so
there's
nice.
lots of women developers. You just need to
Yeah.
reach out. Yes, you need to tell
Yeah,
them.
I'm pretty sure about it, and I have some one of like my favorite story regarding women in tech.
Hmm.
One of Coinbase developers team, it's actually a woman team in Afghanistan. So there is like one of a tech woman who get back to Afghanistan from London, and she brings together some smart mad women around and build a team, and they're like one of the best tech team now in the Coinbase. I'm not sure if they're
I
still
I
based
kn
in
I know
Afghanistan.
her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
know. I forgot her name. Yeah, I know her. I talked to her. Yes, yes. Like
Oh, it's
she
really
has this like
exciting.
whole bunch of women that are
Yeah,
coding, and she faced like lots of scrutiny in her country for that. For actually
yeah.
getting all those women. Yeah, so I know her. Yeah, she's
That's
an
really
amazing
interesting.
woman. Amazing woman.
How she's inspired and like made it in Afghanistan, where the women rights is totally destroyed.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's a real power. That's a
It's a
real,
real power. I like it's yeah. She's doing it in a country where it's actually dangerous to do. Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm you know
definitely. And one of
really
the
inspired
biggest,
by her.
working with one of the biggest company in the crypto space at the same
Hmm.
time, which is amazing. So, can you please share to us what is your favorite network in the crypto space and your favorite project for now, which you're following now?
I already said, of course, it's a Metis network and a Metis
Yeah,
Foundation project, and like all the portfolio companies that I'm following. Uh, Really, favorite. What it means, favorite. I commend to all the projects that's put in decentralization first.
yeah,
Of course, there's lots of, financial projects that are driving the adoption, and these are great too. And of course, I very much appreciate what they do. My pick, though, on the projects that are focused on the building an infrastructure and decentralized infrastructure. The one cannot be stopped. The one cannot be, uh, controlled or influenced by any single party. So that these are the ones that I am. um
yeah. From your opinion, is it Ethereum decentralized?
Ethereum is itself as layer one. Yes, it is decentralized. It is. It can
Yeah,
be though kind of like the governance can be done by the community and can probably do the fork, but still you have a choice of which fork to choose of the Ethereum. You can always stay on the old fork. So like in this case, there's your choice, and this is a decentralization. Bitcoin is decentralized.
yeah,
Though people have to be aware with the layer twos that are coming to Bitcoin, like lots of them that are right now, like over 50 layer twos that are on Bitcoin and Ethereum.
yeah,
Uh, so layer twos are not blockchains. So and that is something that everyone has to understand. And this is common misunderstanding, even though let's say Ethereum layer twos are EVM equivalent, EVM compatible, some of them, not all of them,
yeah,
but they are not blockchains because they are meant to be centralized with a central control, with a central sequencer. Though the data, how the way that they are saving the data, it meant to be kind of permissionless and decentralized and can be recovered from layer one when if the layer two developed fully. So that is kind of the purpose of the layer two, is to have
yeah.
this centralized chain that is basically saving data to layer one so it can be recovered from the layer one. But layer two never meant to be a network that is always up. So this is something that very, very important to understand. And this is crucial difference between layer twos and layer ones.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's an important mention.
Mhm.
And uh, custodian and privacy. What's your opinion regarding it in the blockchain? Some people like to, they're saying like custodian, they're more safe. Some people doesn't like
Mhm.
custodians and saying this is it centralized authorities. What's your opinion? Like where the blockchain enthusiasts have to be focused more?
Well, in a decentralized space, we cannot tell you where you should be focused more. You decide for yourself. So this is the first one. And of course, if you decide that you better to trust some central party to store your private key, which is
Yeah,
the custodial way, it's good because then you have a peace of mind, but you better trust this this software or this single party. I trusted my private key to the single party, I get burned and it never recovered. So like for example, I went this route, it wasn't for me. So I am choosing now more my way, which is non-custodial.
yeah,
and I'm storing, everything myself. But this is also big responsibility, because I can lose it, I can forget where I put it, or something can,
Yes.
like, it can burn, something can happen to it. There's no safe way, really. It's always going to be mm, a possibility that you're going to lose it, whether you're going to go custodial way or non-custodial. It's just your choice on what is more convenient to you, so choose what is more convenient. But in any case, accountability is on you. Custodial,
Yes.
non-custodial, accountability is still on you. It's still your money. That's you.
All
Yeah.
right. And as I know, you doing a lot of work. You're working on the Metis DAO. You speaking on many different conferences. How you managing personally your time? And is there any tip to be active as you in the space?
Hmm. Yes, it's of course I have a team to back me up. I cannot do it single-handedly. So, and in our, like, in any line of business, the team is very important, and the teamwork is very important. And I'm very proud with the team that I built, CryptoChicks, and the team that we built with Metis together. It's now way over 100 people, plus portfolio companies as well. And almost all people that work for us, they stay with us for like 4 years. And we rarely had, maybe we had one or two people that moved out, moved out to other opportunities. But from the 100 people, that's kind of like almost nothing. So I'm very proud of the team that we built, that stayed with us for all these years, that we stay all together, and I can fall back on. So the team is taking care of all the business processes that are running behind. So my time is used where it is the most optimal way. And, like, for example, even this speaking opportunity is being handled by my team, and all the social media management is being handled with the team. And I'm very, very, very grateful to the team. Um, that is, like, Irina Shada. Thank you so much for handling that on my behalf. And I am very proud of what we built together.
Yeah, we are giving you special thanks to Elena's team as well. You're doing a great job, guys. If you're watching us. All right. Can you please unlocking a little bit regarding your speech on our upcoming event in the University of Toronto? You already mentioned it about. It's really about the piece. And can you just like give us a little more details, but not unlock all the speech? We're gonna learn it in the space.
Of course, of course. Yes, as I said, decentralization for me goes hand by hand in with the control. And
Yeah.
in our world, whoever has control, it's probably big corporations that have control, like whoever there has money that have control.
Yeah.
It's very crucially important for us to create such infrastructure, such space that cannot be controlled by any single party. And therefore, um, we have that safe place where people can work and do their business. And also, it's kind of like we're creating an alternative for what we have right now in the real world, even though our world is real too. But yes, so if I say that right now we cannot control um, what is going on with the wars. And
Yeah.
my family have been affected by the current wars a lot, because it's part of my family is Ukraine, part of my family in Russia, and that is so um, sad to see, how, like, how it's affecting, like,
Yeah.
people life. And I know that, like, the third world countries also have that separation, because they don't have the banking system, they don't have
Yeah.
anything, and therefore wars can spill out of there. So by us building decentralized systems, we actually contributing to the world peace. We're building this infrastructure that is an alternative, that is actually can give people other opportunities, other ways to live, and therefore it is creating this peaceful environment. So the world peace.
Oh, that's really nice. And how is about the regulations? I mean, the government, they're gonna be forced by community to enter into the decentralized solutions, or they working on it and using it?
From what I see, actually, regulators started to like regulators' work is to keep people safe. So we have all the same goal. We have
Yeah,
the goals like to keep people safe. So we just need to agree on the ways. So
yeah,
right now we disagree and probably maybe on the strategies on how to do it, and there is a lot of kind of friction and tension, and lots of prosecution that going on. But really, we want to reach the same goal. And
yeah,
blockchain space with all the transparency, it is the perfect thing for the regulators actually to see all the activities that is going in. So I like personally, I don't see the problem. Where I see the gap probably is in education and understanding
yeah,
of it. So education and understanding of the technology. But once this technology is understood and explained very well by us, it's our job to do, right? So explaining.
yeah.
Yes, so we all the same. We have the same purpose, to keep people safe. So yeah, so I don't see any conflict in here.
And how is about the freedomness? Because, for example, yeah, you're definitely right that the blockchain is a great solution for the government to controlling economy and the citizen as well. And as we can see, for example, in China, when they launched the digital yuan,
Hmm.
and they using the blockchain advance like in I think in one of the top skills like to controlling the economy by the digital yuan, but at the same time they're not providing the transparency as other cryptocurrencies.
Hmm. Okay.
And do you think it's gonna be changed by the community, or government just can use the blockchain to make more tough the laws and the rules of using economy?
Okay, like again, we have to go from the goals. So, what is the goal of the government? The goal of the government of keeping their people safe and prosper, so
Yeah,
safe and happy. So they're doing this. For this, like they have their own strategy. So, digital yuan for China, it is how they keep their people safe and their people, happy and prosper. So that's their way of doing it. That's the only way that they know, probably. uh, it doesn't cancel though our way of doing it. So we are taking more because digital yuan is probably going to be used a lot maybe in China. I'm not sure if
yeah,
they're going to be used outside, right? So like for their people,
yeah.
we are
That's
taking more cross-border approach, right? So we are our decentralized space exists beyond the country borders, right? So and
yeah,
that's providing mm, service and opportunities for people that want that cross-border interaction. So it's just a different target audience, but the same goal again.
yeah,
It's not that they're bad guys and they are not giving us the way that we just have to understand how to work with them to actually have their needs satisfied as well, because they want to keep their people safe and prosper. So if we find a way to explain how our decentralized space can keep their people safe and prosper, I'm sure they will agree. So that's like, it's
yeah,
just we didn't find that way yet. So still we cannot, our technology is still developing to the
yeah,
point that we need to still keep our people safe here. We haven't figured out the ways. We haven't figured out the way how to store the private keys. We haven't like only that on that. So we need to still develop these technologies
yeah,
to for people to come and be safe in there. Yeah. So we still
yeah.
have work to do on that.
I'm always telling to everyone that everything what's happening now until now in the crypto space is just based on idea, which is just start releasing. Like people who believe in decentralization, in transparent economy. So it's just an idea, which is we still developing. We still like really far until the moment when we're using the advances. All right.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, and by the market cap, we see that it's growing, right? So it's growing.
Yeah.
The adoption is growing. So we're going the right direction. We're just not completely there yet to satisfy, let's say, Chinese government requirements. So that's yeah, we'll still work on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's true. All right, our next question is AI. Do you using AI by yourself? And is there any projects in Metis DAO that's working on the AI solutions?
Yeah, like for example, if we go to our Telegram group, so we have a Telegram group, Metisl2 Telegram group. So you can call the AI. So there's Metis underscore AI, and you will see the bot. So there's an AI bot that can actually answer your question, anything about Metis. So this bot
Oh,
knows
that's pretty
everything.
helpful.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So we are on what's on the, and that's AI services done by AI Gent X
Yeah.
project. So yeah, I'm probably going to be talking about it in my speech as well. So it's an amazing project.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, and so they are providing services to all projects that wish to have this AI in their Telegram groups and probably other resources too. Yeah, so like we using this to answer the question, so anyone can go to Telegram group and call this AI bot and ask anything, and this bot will respond very will give the very thorough answer with all the links and everything. So that's great. I personally also use I use ChatGPT, though I might say that I'm not completely satisfied with it's good to write uh, not very high quality
Yeah.
content, so I have to edit it a lot.
Yeah.
And also I try to do the research because I'm doing lots of research in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
uh, it's not good for the research either yet. So yes, it will actually spew out to you the results that yeah, here you go, there's the numbers and the tables and everything filled with numbers, but I don't know where it takes these numbers from. When I start checking the number by number, it doesn't match up, so that doesn't add up. So like, yes, this functionality doesn't exist yet, but I see it's developing. So I see lots of projects that are developing on AI. What and it is great. What I have concern about is that all AI is right now invested in and controlled by the central parties, and that is a big problem. It's like kind of like it's not contributing to the world peace, it's actually the
Yeah.
opposite. So that's my only problem with AI right now. So if we create an alternative of the decentralized AI, it's a game changer, right? So but right now is yeah, so having AI in the control of the central parties, it's not good.
Oh, that's nice. And what about AI on blockchain? Like, let's say if some AI could generating itself and it's gonna be on decentralized network, is it something good? A good solution gonna be?
Depend on the use case. Yeah, so we explored, like for example, the use case that we explored as the UI training. Oh, sorry, UI AI training functionality of the blockchain is when the people contribute their knowledge, and their knowledge is tracked on the blockchain, and the AI is trained from this data, but people then later benefiting from what AI is earning. So all the earnings go to people who contributed to that
Yeah.
knowledge. So like for example, use case like that is very viable, and I think like it's been like I saw that it's actually already projects that coming up with this idea, with this use case being developed, which is very nice. So in this case, AI is trained from like by the community of people. But again, we have to be very careful of who and how is controlling this AI. So the controlling AI is the problem. And
Yeah.
once right now uh, since we are struggling to create completely decentralized systems still, we will not be able to create completely decentralized AI. So once we solve that problem of the completely decentralized system, we can create a completely decentralized AI. And it's going to be the game changer. Whether it's going to be
Yeah.
good or bad, I don't know yet. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it is gonna work. All right, Elena, our time is comes up, and I'm really grateful that you find time to join us today. And thanks a lot again for your time. For those who not familiar, we had our guest, Elena Sinelnikova, one of the co-founders in Metis DAO, founder of CryptoChicks, and top woman in blockchain awards in Canada, and also a great international speaker on, I think, most of huge conferences regarding the blockchain and tech. And if you wish to learn more from Yelena's experience and learn about the foundation itself, just to have a networking, which Yelena comes to our event on 15th of June in the heart of University of Toronto. We are welcoming everybody. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, bye. See you soon.